Good morning. I've got my puppy here. He's being silly. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. It is not wanting to work. I don't know if it's just my internet or what's going on. So slow. I feel like it's one of those days though, like I don't know if you've been experiencing this. Thankfully, it is beautiful and sunny here. Oh, I need to grab something. There we go. Now I'm set up. What is going on with this? It's so weird. It says it's going live, but maybe, do I want to refresh it? Changes may not be saved. All right, let's figure this out. Doobie doobie doo. All right, let's try it. Take 2, 3. I'm live. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. Well, while we wait for others to join, if you're new, I'm Tanisha. I am a Reiki master, a somatic practitioner, licensed massage therapist. I do a lot of different things, life coach, and the purpose of all of it is to help assist you, right? So today we're here to gather and celebrate in ritual let me turn this down a skosh, the Pisces new moon that's happening. And it is such incredible energy. I am so excited about it. You might see Balin in the background. So I'm just gonna ask a couple just housekeeping things. Make sure you're in a safe space. Make sure you're in a space that you don't feel like you're going to be interrupted, that you can relax and just kind of let yourself go, whether that's making noises or breathing or moving your body. Whatever you feel like you're going to need to do during this activation and meditation, it's going to hit everybody differently. Some people might fall asleep, which is totally fine. You're still getting the codes, you're still getting the activation, your body is still taking in the energies. You might feel like you want to move and dance around. That's also wonderful too. I do encourage you to bring a journal and something to write with, whether that's a pen or a pencil. I know some people, you might want to type out something in your notes when we get to points where we pause. You might want to write it in a physical journal. I'm all about that kinesthetics. And then if you have a candle, preferably a glass one. I like these ones from the dollar store because A, they're cheap, and B, you can write on the glass, so like a Sharpie and the candle, so that we can write down our intentions. Now, intentions can be written down in a journal, they can be written anywhere. I just really appreciate the intention setting of writing something on a candle and then burning it so that that's going out into the universe. So I will set that there. Now, this Pisces new moon technically doesn't happen until tomorrow night, Thursday night, but the energies are taking place for a couple of days before and a couple of days after. So really everything that we're doing right now, all of the intentions that we're setting, is going to hold until the next new moon. So this is not a new moon like, let's say, when it's in Taurus, where you're wanting to like dig your heels and you set the intentions and then you start making things happen. This new moon is more of setting the intentions and planting the seeds. So you're just starting to get the tools, you're starting to gather the information, you're starting to get the insights that you're going to need to move forward and bring these intentions into reality. So, without further ado, I'm just going to call in my guides, your guides, all love and light beings, any ascended masters, ancestors, spirit animals that would like to be with us for our highest goods, calling in our highest selves. Taking a few big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. All the way down into the belly. Wonderful. Getting yourself just into a calm space where you can be fully present. That is one of the biggest themes of this moon. There are so many big ones, but we may feel like we're losing time right now, where time is going really quickly, or it feels like it's taking forever and you can't quite figure out where you are in the midst of it. The message with this is to be present. So we're going to turn off any distractions, any other notifications, and just be here now. As I activate Reiki. Now, if you're not familiar with Reiki, it's a very gentle energy. It's a universal energy. It can travel through space and time. It is here to assist us on our journeys, help us heal, help us clear, balance us. Beautiful. Continuing to breathe, we're going to start bringing energy down into our lowest centers. And you might experience this as cold, as heat, as tingling, as colors, as sound, as nothing. You might cough, you might cry, you might get angry, there's a plethora of things you might experience. It's all normal. It's a very unique experience to you. If you have any questions, this is a safe space and a learning space. We can communicate with one another. It's one of the beautiful things about being connected in a way like this. So bringing your attention into your body now. Whether you're sitting or laying down, just feeling the heaviness and the experience of being in your body. If you have the ability to, maybe clenching your toes and letting those go, opening and closing your hands, stomping your feet on the ground a few times. If you want to stand, you do a couple slow squats, just kind of bounce in that energy and feel yourself here on this earth, grounded and rooted in this moment. We're just going to imagine, whether you see it, feel it, hear it, smell it, we're going to imagine ourselves wrapped in a white gold light, starting from our crown right at the top of our heads, surrounding us fully. Big breath in and out. And as you breathe out, relaxing all of your muscles, your jaw, your shoulders, and bringing that light down through our heads, down through our shoulders and our torsos, down through our legs, and feeling threads, roots, maybe you envision it as water, coming from the base of your spine, the bottoms of your feet, and going deep into the earth. There's very little grounding with this moon. The energy is up and in our heads. So we're going to feel ourselves get nice and heavy. Bringing all that energy down into the earth. Beautiful. Big breath in and out. Push that energy down. And I and our guides, we're going to have some throat work to do today. I and our guides are going to invite you to escape the mundane with this activation, with life. Picture yourself on a retreat for the next month, for the next week, where you are truly getting to know yourself emotionally and renewing who you are. So we're going to start in our root energies now, right at the base of the spine. We're going to push that down into the earth. And to be present, let's just say, I am. And you can fill in the blank there, whatever that means for you. I am here. I am present. I am safe. This is a moment to return to ourselves. Feeling that red warmth at the base of your spine. Letting it fill your body. We're going to clear things out today. So there will be times where I'm pulling my hands to and from the camera. If that's going to trigger you, I invite you just to close your eyes and be in your body, be in this moment. I don't want to startle anybody. So once you are in this moment, feeling your body, big breath. This is a moment to figure out who we are. No longer thinking and saying two different things. And so we'll come up to the throat. I am, and we'll clear that throat out. Bringing it wider, pulling out, pulling out. Any of those blockages. And you might say out loud what it is that you actually mean right now. What have you been saying that hasn't quite been accurate? Say what you mean to say in this moment. Smoothing that knowing you are safe to say what you mean. You are safe to say your truth. Back into the body where you are safe to be you. Knowing that you as a human have done your best to this point, and now we can step a bit further. Tapping into our emotions, right in our womb space, whether you're male or female, we all have this space. Tapping into those emotions, that creativity. Now is a time we're going to think outside the box. So in this moment, I'm going to invite you to get your journal and your pen or your notepad or your Word document, whatever is most comfortable and aligned with you. And I want to just give you, we'll do 60 seconds. I'll keep doing energy work. 60 seconds. I want you to write down, where have you been feeling stuck in the last 3 months? What do you feel like you haven't been able to get past? Is it a weight goal, a job at work, something with your relationship, any area of your life? What's one thing that has been the most troubling for you? All right. I'm going to take some time. All right, now that you know where you've been struggling, let me see if I can find the right words here. Now that you know where you have been struggling, you know what you don't want. You know where you are that you don't want to be. So let's play a game of opposites. We're going to activate our intuition now, activating our third eye, activating our throat, activating our crown. Ke suela ava na a ke tuea shuna. And our hearts, tapping into our heart energy. So you know what you don't want. What's next? What do you want? What's the opposite of that? You don't want to feel trapped. You want to feel free. You don't want to feel hopeless. You want to feel hope. Let's think about those things that we do want. And if you feel so inclined to throw them in the chat, put them out into the universe. Take ownership of these things that you want in your life. My guides are inviting us on a little journey here. So taking a moment, if you haven't already done so, to close your eyes. We're going to travel to a temple in the woods. So feeling yourself in the center of a forest, and this is an ancient forest. The trees are tall, the air smells of moss. It's a really comfortable temperature. You can feel the forest floor beneath your feet. It's the hard soil, but the soft moss on the ground, the sticks, the rocks. You hear birds chirping in the forest and the trees. The breaking of sticks as animals pass by. And it's starting to become dusk. And you feel the energy of the new moon surrounding this forest. You begin to walk down a path. As you walk down this path, you can't help but feel curiosity, maybe some hope. There's an energy about the forest that makes you feel alive. There's anticipation in the air. As you walk through the forest, you come to a clearing. And in this clearing, there's a great temple. On the outside, this temple is shaped like a pyramid, with a big, beautiful archway surrounded in jasmine as the doorway. And you walk to the entrance of this temple. And as you reach the archway, you meet your guide. This is your moon guide, the one with you to help specifically with your new moon intentions. So just take a moment now as we amplify the energy of this space. Maybe you know your guide's name, maybe you don't, maybe they're familiar to you, maybe they're from some other place, some other time, some other dimension. And in this temple, they invite you in, taking your hand and leading you to the center. In the exact center of this temple, you see an altar. On the altar are candles and gemstones, crystals. And as you look up, you notice that the ceiling is glass. And the new moon is looking in on you. Your moon guide asks, what is your intention? For here, all things are possible. As we call in the quantum field through all timelines, through all dimensions, every choice brings limitless possibilities. Now, if you have your candle or your journal, write the things on it that you would like to see in this world. What is it? Where is your next step? What is the thing that you want to bring in? I write mine, you write yours. Now your moon guide comes in, who is with you, and they are here to fully support you on this journey. There is no judgment to what you want to bring into the world, to what your soul is yearning for. Because that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're calling in. We are finding the next step on our path to our highest selves in alignment. So we're going to activate that solar plexus chakra. That's a couple inches below the rib cage, just above the belly button. So we feel the yellow glow growing bigger and expanding. This is our sense of self. What are you called for? Maybe it's something in your career, maybe it's something in your relationship. Maybe your soul is yearning to have a child. Whatever that is for you, what is one thing that you feel like you need to do or experience before your time here is done? What gives you a sense of self and a sense of purpose? And if you've written it on your candle, your guide and I and you together, we will light that now. As we call in the quantum field, as we call in the guardians surrounding us who protect this sacred temple that we are in. And we release these energies and this intention out into the universe, out with the new moon, calling in her energies, asking her to be there with us. This is the perfect time. There is no other time. You are exactly where you need to be. Every moment has led you here through the frustration, through the trials and tribulations. And our guides call us to a state of openness, not only to receiving, but to a state of open love. A love without condition, a love for ourselves, a love for those around us. This is not a moon that says, I'm going to love you if. This is an I love you, and simply that. Feeling your soul reaching up, out into the universe, out into this quantum field, and calling in, getting into alignment with exactly what it is that you're looking for. What is it going to feel like? What is it going to sound like? What kind of things are you going to do? I'm going to leave you here for 1 minute. Go ahead and journal that. What is it going to be like when this happens? this safety that we've been feeling in our bodies, we are going to open ourselves from this state of rigidity, this state of closed offness. We are safe in our bodies. We don't need tons of structure. In this space, we have the ability to move and flow, to be like water. And so we open ourselves up psychically and mentally, up in the upper realms, not in our mind, but bringing in messages from the universe, from our guide, and just listening. Activating our shamanic eyes, if you will, and our ears, so that we may see and hear what it is the world and the universe are trying to tell us. Activating our psychic gifts, whatever those may be for us, we each have them. Tying that in with our hearts. Tuenu soa, kena bana a. Tuenu soa. Kewe, kewe, kewe. Beautiful. Letting ourselves hear and see, what do the trees have to say to us? What does the wind, the animals? Opening our senses, so we can connect further with the earth and with our true selves. And your guide places their hand on your back and one above your head, calling in and blessing your higher self. In this moment, we are setting conscious intention. And your guide asks, where does your attention need to be to make this happen? What's your answer? Write it down. Where does your attention need to be to bring this intention into reality? This is a moment to feel out of the box. The things you've been doing that aren't working aren't going to start working. Allow your intuition to tell you, what do you need to focus on right now? And now your guide takes the seeds that you've been looking to plant, the seeds that are going to set you on your path to your highest future, to your highest timeline in this quantum field. They walk out the door of the temple and they throw them, they blow them into the wind. And with that, the wind brings back answers. What's the next thing you need to do to start to fertilize the soil? This is not a moment of taking big action. This is not a moon for that. This is a moon for planting the seeds and fertilizing, getting the tools that you'll need to tend to this big intention and manifestation. Beautiful. We open up our emotions to make this happen. Going back into that womb space. Going back into that womb space and feeling the emotions that have been pent up. Feeling the emotions that we have not been able to say. We tie them to our throat and we begin to clear that out. Take a big breath and let out a sound. Whatever sound is tied to those emotions that you're feeling, maybe it's a scream, maybe it's a laugh, maybe it's a yawn or a cry. Opening those emotions so that we can be this version of ourselves that already exists in the field. Opening the mother within us, whether we're masculine or feminine or a combination of both. We all have the mother within us, this nurturing aspect, especially when we have the moon on our sides. Opening our heart to ourselves and the world around us. We have the ability, the capability to achieve any goal that we set our attention on, because where attention goes, energy flows. We expand our energy outwards, filling the temple, feeling the energy of the moon shining in on us. It's darkness, this moment of reflection, introspection, so that we can reclaim and restore all of the things that we have released our rights to. Maybe this is a time where you're noticing that you've been projected onto and you've been living in that projection. Somebody else wanted you to do or be or say or behave in a certain way that you weren't necessarily aligned with, but you thought it's what you needed to do. And so you became this person, and now it's time to be done with that. If you can relate to that, give me a no more. Are you done? And do a couple quick breaths and release that. Now your boundaries may feel a little watery right now. That's just the state of being, the new moon being in Pisces. If you're ever feeling unstable, like you're on a boat in the ocean and the waves are just kicking, come back to the body. Come back to this present moment, find an anchor, whether it's a candle flame, the sun outside, a tree. I like to pay attention to my tattoos. Some visual, sensory smell, a sound, a reminder that you are here in this moment, that everything is well, that you can handle everything. Find something to reflect back to you, who you truly are. Maybe this is journaling for you. Maybe it's talking to a soul friend who can give you insight without being biased. Maybe this is just talking to your highest self or your guides, your moon guide that we've brought here to this temple. They are always with you. Taking a big breath. And out. We're just going to do one run through of all of the chakras. We're going to do the 7 main chakras today. Coming in, bringing that moon energy from the roof of the temple down into our crown. Opening our connection with our highest selves, with the universe. Opening our third eye so that we may see and hear all of the things that the world and the universe are trying to tell us, so that we may realize and acknowledge what we haven't seen up until this point. Opening our throats so that we may hear and say the things we need to say with the highest authenticity. Connecting all that energy into our heart so that we may love ourselves through this transition process as we open to the possibilities, as we open to bringing in exactly what we are calling, opening our solar plexus so that we may identify who we are and stand in that power and sovereignty and love for ourselves, so that we don't get walked over. We don't get convinced to be or do things that we are not aligned with. Opening our sacral chakras, our area of emotion and creativity, so that we can birth into the world this thing that we need in our lives, that our soul needs to feel fulfilled, so that we can bring it in. And if we feel stuck, we can always come back to this space of creativity. We can always come back to this temple and speak to our guides. And opening our root so that we can connect with Mother Earth and always feel safe in who we are. Bring all of these energies in, letting it rush in through the crown, flow through the body, down out the feet, into the earth. Big breath in and out. As you take this moment here to really appreciate what it is that you're bringing into this world for you. And it doesn't have to be for anybody else. It can be for you. Bringing this in. Your guide directs you to stand from the altar. Gives you a greeting, a blessing, by touching their brow to your brow. And they let you know that it is time to leave the temple, but you can come back at any time. You have all of the things that you need. And these tools are always here for you. Leaving the temple space, going back through the archway, smelling the jasmine once again. And as you look up, you can see where the new moon is. Feeling the energy still pulsing around you, knowing that this blessed space is always available. You head back down the path through the forest, feeling the trees' energy speaking to you, sending you love, sending you strength, knowing that the earth is always here for you, your Mother Gaia. Coming back to the body, and whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. Beautiful. Now in this moment, I'm going to encourage you to drink some water. The energies that we have utilized and cleared with and opened and realigned might make you feel tired. They might make you feel energized. Everybody reacts in their own unique way, but we are 70 to 80% water. That is how we can affect these energies. So drinking plenty of it to make sure that you're flushing out those old energies, keeping yourself moving and circulating exactly as you need to without hindrance. You can even speak your intentions into your water and infuse the water with vibrations of this new moon by leaving it outside, of your intentions by speaking into it and focusing your water on it. And as you do that, you're programming yourself as well. You have the tools. You just have to practice using them. And with that, I leave you with my blessings, with my love, knowing that you have every possibility to succeed. And if it doesn't feel like that, then you have a community here. You have love. You have people who will support you. I will. Send me a message anytime. Leave your candle burning if you have it. If you don't have your candle yet, go get one today. The new moon isn't until tomorrow night, technically, so you can come back and watch this replay and Do the ceremony as many times as you need. You can always call upon this temple, this moon space for yourself. If you need me, you know where to find me. Sending love and blessings. Namaste.